Top Fan Tony joins the show, and I'm all about. I don't know where it's gonna go, but we'll see. Let's go. Let's start this thing.
This is Top Fan Tony Tenace, and you're watching the Smokin Gooder Show. Ha!
Did we just do a live intro to the show? And what the hell was Tony wearing? Oh my God. It's going to be that kind of show, ladies and gentlemen. And I am here for it. I am here for it. I'm all about it. Well, let's get this show started, guys. You are watching the Smokin Gooder Show, and I'm your host, Rob Roach, and I'm coming to you from the Bullhorn headquarters in Cypress, Texas. Shout out to Tony for that. Shout out to Tony for that intro. And I think that's what this show is going to be like tonight, and I'm all about it. I have no idea where this goes. I have a small, and I say small, agenda of where this thing is going to stay in between the lines, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But thank you, Tony, for doing that. And thanks, Tony, for joining us tonight. We'll have him on here in just a minute. Guys, if you're checking us out on Facebook, thank you very much. If you're checking us out on YouTube, we do have Madwood's in. He's checking in from YouTube. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you very much. What's up, Kent, Kevin, Rockin' A, Brian Fox? I love it. He was like, I'm still available, Rob, if it's not too late. Brian, if you want to get in, maybe I'll send you a link, bro. Maybe I'll send you a link. But right now, the first part of this show is all about my buddy Top Fan Tony. Like I told y'all earlier at another show, I missed Tony. I had no idea where he was. He wasn't telling me my show sucked. He wasn't telling me, guys, there's only 8 people watching. He doesn't know about how big we are on YouTube. When there's 8 watching on Facebook, there's 2 watching on YouTube. So that makes 10, Tony. 10,000 people that are watching at one time. You have no idea. But right now, we've already got 27 in. They all want to see Top Fan Tony. But before we get to him, I do have to tell you that we are Han Solo tonight. Mr. Case Han, as y'all heard last week on the show, he and his family went through the Rona, but they are all free and clear, but he can't make it tonight because he's got some shopping, catching up to do. He was shut down for about a week and a half. And so, they've got some catching up to do, so he was not able to make it tonight, but that's okay. That is okay. We're going to have my buddy, Top Fan Tony. Better throw up the Exactly. Jen's on it. TV Mature is, if I had a logo for that. Speaking of logos, I forgot to put my logo up in the corner. Where are we at here? There we go. Now we're ready for the show. Thanks, Jen, for that little reminder that you did not mean to do, but I appreciate you. Nonetheless, yes, this could be X-rated. I don't know about that. Good evening, Jared. What's up, Carlos? What's up, Los? Guys, thanks for tuning in. Sincerely, guys, I do appreciate that. We'll get over that a little later in the show, but thank each and every one of you that tune in each week to watch this little show that we do. We appreciate that, and we're glad that you guys are here on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock. We are definitely settled in to this time slot, and that's where we're going to go moving forward. This could be the last show of the year. If you guys watched last week's show, it went 3 hours long. And I remember looking down at hour number 3, and there were still 41 of you guys watching that. Now, I understand why y'all were watching. We had some really badass pit masters talking brisket. And that was cool. What did you miss? You get to check it out later. But last week, if you guys did not see that, Aaron Leslie, Paul Whitaker, myself, Dennis Butterworth, and Case Hahn. We were all talking brisket. We had a brisket roundtable. We said at the end of that show we would have a chicken roundtable, but the people that I really wanted to be on that roundtable are traveling right now for the holidays, so I'm going to table that for the first of the year. But I know another show's doing a roundtable and chicken. I wonder where they got that idea. Who knows? Yeah, Yui, that was a good show last week. And again, at the 3-hour mark, there were 40 of you guys watching. At our height, we had almost 70. So I can't thank you guys enough for checking out this show. We appreciate you guys and everything tuning in each week. All right, enough of that. All the warm and fuzzies are out of the way because it might get stupid here in a minute. I never know. You never know where this show's going to go. And after seeing that intro that Tony did, I have no idea where this show is going to go. And I'm all for it. I'm all about it right now. Let's get this thing off the rails. Let's have some fun tonight. Again, this possibly is our last show of the year. I don't know. We may have one next week. But it's going to be kind of barbecue related, but not so much if we do a show that week. Yeah, Fred, might. There's one of the guys that I'm reaching out to. We'll see. We'll see if Fred is about it. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get on with the show. Got 40 y'all in here right now. Who knows? If there's 40 here, there's 5 on YouTube. What's up, Tony? Top fan.
What's happening?
Does that really say this show sucks already off the bat?
Hey, you should not have let me put my own name in the thing. Too bad.
See, so this is why I'm all about it right now. I have no idea where this show's going to go. Let me apologize first off to my sponsors of the show.
Your ex-sponsors.
No, they're sponsors. They love Top Fan Tony, guys. I think we've all missed some Top Fan Tony. What have you been up to, buddy? I know that you're no longer in Houston. You recently moved to Atlanta. Let's kind of get an update on what's going on with Top Fan Tony and what's going on right now in your life, bro.
Oh, man. Well, besides not cooking, I've just been busy with work. We're doing all those shows and a lot of traveling and putting all these exhibits cross country, so there's no time for sleep.
For those that don't know what you do, you set up shows, right? You're part of the backstage crews that go and do that.
Yeah, part of the logistics and warehousing and inventory for all the Van Gogh exhibits.
Nice.
In the United States.
It does look cold there. Atlanta looks cold, says Fred.
Man, it's cold. That's why I got a onesie on. You saw the intro? It's a onesie. It goes all the way down. No back door. I got to take a piss.
You're looking like the Green Goblin's ass right now. I did see Spider-Man, by the way. Good show, just saying. You're looking like the Green Goblin. Maybe a little younger than that guy is. I don't know.
Oh, William Dafoe? Oh, yeah, for sure.
Maybe a little bit younger. I don't know. But what was that? Can we see that again? What the hell was that? What are you wearing?
I got a Aquaman onesie. Look.
What, is that supposed to keep you cold, or is that just what you wanted to wear tonight for the
I
show?
wanted to wear it, but the problem is it's backless. See? Can you see it? Well, no. It's because I'm fat, so I couldn't fucking... Oh, shit. I dropped the camera. I couldn't zip it up.
All right. I almost did that. I almost removed you because when you said backless, I thought we were going to see some ass or something, and we were not.
No. Well, you don't have this on a 3-second delay? You don't have a kill switch?
I don't have a kill switch. Yeah, what is this? Are you in your grandma's basement, says Brian Fox?
I'm in my own basement.
And what's that murmuring? Is somebody's mouth covered up trying to say something back there?
No, I'm by myself. It's just me and barbecue gear that's not getting used.
You got nobody tied up in the basement?
No, this isn't Utah. I don't know.
That is right, Utah. I did see that. I did see that. All right. So, mom, get the meatloaf. He is in his grandma's basement, smoking. That's the only place they allow her. Michael Triola's in the comments. Can you get me some Van Gogh tickets for free? No way I'm paying for them.
Shit, no.
No, you can't. You do tickets. You can get tickets.
We don't do tickets.
You don't do tickets.
Nope.
All right, Tony. So let's talk some barbecue.
All right.
Are we gonna get unfiltered Tony Tenace? Not like there's another version, but we want unfiltered Tony Tenace tonight.
I'll do my best.
You'll do your.
Is there
best.
ever a filtered?
That's why I'm saying, right? And I think we're all here for it, guys. If you have any questions, can we say ask me anything, Tony?
Yes. Ask
right.
me anything.
All right.
$20 is $20.
This is a shout out to my good friend Barry Laminack, who has a show called Barry on Deck, but he has a hashtag AMAAA, and it means ask me anything about anything. So if you have a question for Tony, again, we're going to shout out to my buddy Barry Laminack from Barry on Deck, which is a great show. Y'all can check that out weekdays on YouTube called Barry on Deck. But it's hashtag AMAAA, ask me anything about anything. If you have a question for Tony about anything, make sure you put that hashtag in there, and I'll make sure I get it asked to Tony. All right, but so you have been you're a barbecue guy. You have a lot of barbecue history. Let's talk a little bit about that before we get into some of the questions that I have about what's going on in the Texas barbecue scene. Kind of what you got there. It is Whiskey Wednesday. Paul Whitaker's been shouting that out the last 2 weeks.
Oh,
Jim Beam honey, nice. I had that a few years ago. That's pretty good stuff right there, bro. Keeps you warm. Is that what you're doing there? Keeping you a little warm?
Yeah, because my heater doesn't work.
All right, so for people that don't know you in the barbecue community, talk about your history. I know you've been part of some really good teams in barbecue. You've traveled to some big-time events and done well with those teams. You've also done well yourself in some of the big Texas events that are out there right now. But kind of give a background of your barbecue career and kind of give a update on, I know where you're at right now, but kind of give a background of your barbecue career so we can talk some serious barbecue. So these guys know this is a barbecue guy. He knows what the hell is going on, because I'm going to ask you some questions.
I know a little.
Pertaining to, you know a little about everything, by the way, which fascinates me, by the way. But but let's just talk barbecue right now and talk about your history real quick before we start getting into some new current barbecue news.
Oh, shit. I don't know. Like, I guess ever since I was in Texas, I always cooked, but then I got serious 4 or 5 years ago and started cooking, and then I started hitting the trail hard in 2018. And I think 2018 I did 25 cook-offs. That's
a lot.
It was a lot. It's nice to have a sponsor. It was nice. It was so good. And we did good. I did a few cook-offs under Always Smoking and my own team, Why Not Barbecue, and a few cook-offs when I was working with Wailua. And we did, I did the Pitmaker events, and they had some lucrative events we went to, not just competition, and catering and the tailgating and going to Snake River Farms in Idaho. And the 19, I still did cook-offs, and then it dropped off a little bit. I mostly dropped off because sponsors. It takes money.
Then 20 happened, the Rona.
Yeah, the Rona happened, and then everything skyrocketed, and you couldn't buy turtle dick for cheap prices. It was just.
What's the time and temp on turtle dick?
Oh man, hot and fast, or else it shrinks like that if you go too slow. Like mine is right now in this frickin' onesie, but I was doing okay. I had a good run, and now just I moved, so I have to start all over again and see how the Georgia scene is, which is not looking pretty.
So you've had some big-time successes. Let's just talk about Team Pitmaker. When you were part of Team Pitmaker, you were a big part of that group because you seem to be the back, like kind of what you do in your everyday life, the setup and all the background stuff like that. That's what you were a big part of what Team Pitmaker did. And you guys went to Memphis in May, did very well. You guys have done well at Houston Rodeo. Talk about that, and did that give you any kind of experience to propel on your own, or were you pretty much, you already know what the hell you were doing before that?
Oh, no. Be with Pitmaker, like those guys. First of all, they're the salt of the earth. And Victor and George and Julio, they'll show you everything they got. There's no, hey, get out of the kitchen, I got to do my stuff now. They'll show you everything, and I learned a lot from those guys. I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for those guys. They have a lot, they got a lot of knowledge.
Nice.
And working with Pitmaker, they let me do what I want. They just said, here, go ahead and do it. Go do something. Go cook something nice. Put it on the camera, kind of deal. And Pitmaker will they let me do a lot because I was there every week working and helping them out and just putting 110% every time for the love of barbecue.
What was like your favorite event you did as part of Team Pitmaker? Because like I mentioned, you've been all over with them.
It has to be rodeo. Rodeo is the best. You only get like 12 hours of sleep in 7 days, and you know how they throw a party. And from setting everything up, we're cooking and drinking from day one, and then we put on the party and put on the event and just keep cooking meat. And all right, pit's empty, fill it up again. Keep serving meat. It wasn't a one plate deal.
For those of you guys that have never been to, we got our first hashtag AMAA. But for those that have never been to the Houston Rodeo, this Pitmaker tent is one of the premier ones at the entire Houston Rodeo. And if you guys need tickets, hit up Tony. He's got free tickets to pass out at will, right?
Bullshit. It's $100.
So Brian Yates, are you planning on making some more sauce? It's really good stuff. We'll talk about that sauce a little bit. I just want to put that in your ear a little bit. But we did get our first hashtag AMAMA. Ask me anything about anything for Tony.
All right, go.
It's read it. Can you read it?
How do you sex a turtle? What? Well, first of all, you don't sex a snapping turtle.
You learned that lesson.
I learned it. I still got the marks to prove it. Fucker.
And on that note, what's the best seasoning for turtle dick from Matt Carr?
That's that shit that starts with an A. What's that fertilizer? Fucking AMP. Yeah, use the AMP. AMP all season works perfect for turtle dick. Got a lot of onion in there.
They'll be happy to hear that. All right, before this thing gets way off the rails, but so you talked about the deal, and you went and you've also cooked with Always Smokin. Then you started your own team, Why Not Barbecue, and that kind of leads to the sauce and the not only barbecue sauce, but you're also your pasta sauce. What do you call that stuff? It's suga?
Sugo. The Italian word is sugo. So yeah, pasta sauce.
Say it again. That sounded cool.
Sugo.
All right. Very nice. Tony, we almost hit 50,000 people watching this thing, bro. You should feel proud. Hey, and I'm not even counting the 3 people over on YouTube right now.
Those are my 3 other profiles. That's what that is. I logged in and just left it open.
I'm not kidding, guys. We are going to be YouTube famous.
You're going to get monetized. Watch out.
I don't know about all that. I'd like to get a quarter every now and then to get an extra Diet Coke every now and then. You know how it is.
Yeah.
But guys, shout out to the guys on YouTube. I appreciate you guys checking that out. We are going to be more active. We've done some hangouts. I've done some videos. I'm off for a few weeks, 3 weeks or so from cooking. So I might do some more videos. I saw Bill Purvis is putting quite a few videos out there, so that's pretty cool.
His fucking filters are on point. Yeah, they look good.
He is. He's got it. He's got it going on. Like this guy right here, Madwood. Jim Beam Peach is pretty good. I've never had that. But he's watching over there on the YouTubes. Okay, so let's talk about the sauces, bro. You again, we'll talk about your team, Why Not Barbecue, but that leads into the barbecue sauce and the sugo. Did I say it right?
Perfect.
All right, there you go. Which is what? That's an Italian. It's a pasta sauce, a marinara sauce, right?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say. Okay. For the Wonder Bread Wops in America, marinara sauce is different. It's a little more chunky.
Okay.
But I started Why Not Barbecue for the catering side of it. That was the catering side, and I said, okay, let's do I'll do a few cook-offs under the Why Not Barbecue name. And then when Rona hit and we couldn't compete and I couldn't cater because everything was shut down, I decided to just jar the sauces that I normally did for catering because I still needed income. And then it took off, and I was hitting it hard. And I had that, my catering barbecue sauce, which is just a very simple sauce. I wouldn't use it for competition, but it's just a nice sauce. So everything, all the recipes that I cooked every day, I just put it in jars, sold it.
Yeah, so Brian asked and there was two, Brian and Brian. They both asked pretty much the same question. When's the next batch of the best sauce coming? And Brian asked, are you planning on making more of it? I know that you're settling in over there in hot Atlanta, but where can they? Are they able to do that? What's on the horizon for the sauces?
Well, once I get settled here, and because we're still busy as hell with these shows, and I'm in the basement now. I got to set up another kitchen and source out the tomatoes, which was the most important part. And getting that stuff from Italy the prices have tripled, so it's not really worth it. Nobody wants to pay $20 a jar. And I don't want to get a lesser tomato. I've looked around and it's not happening. So I just got to wait till prices drop.
She said it's good to see you're back up to $20, Jen Lee. Is that something different? I don't know. Matt Carr said he had one in your honor tonight. He has one jar left. Somebody asked if you're in Georgia, where at? He's in Blairsville, but Tony is you're in Atlanta, right?
Just outside, Douglasville.
Douglasville. There he
I'm
is.
in the country, so it kind of looks like, all right, take Aldine and 45 and put it in the hill country, and that's Douglasville.
Matt Card, $20 is $20 is $20. All right, so this leads into the back to some barbecue talk. What was your best chicken win? And for those that don't know, you're in for a nice surprise here with Tony. What was your best chicken win, bro?
It was probably the one I got most excited for was Turn and Burn. But a close second would be Montgomery County because I got first chicken there too.
Yeah, you're a chicken man, bro. You can cook some chicken. You were doing really well, especially like you said, 2018, 2019, when you were going at it pretty hard. You had a chicken that was really tough to beat on the circuit. And again, you mentioned Montgomery County, which has well over, 200 plus teams that they have out there?
Yeah, it was 200 plus. And I got yelled at for cooking that chicken too hot, but I still won. That was funny.
How did you get yelled at? Who yells at you?
Fucking George and John Cisneros on the team, because it was like the chicken was at 185, and they're like, it's done. I'm like, no, I'm going to sauce now. Put it back. I put it back in the bowl. And they were shitting themselves. And then, the number got called, and it's like, here you go, we're in first place.
So I remember you've been on the show before, and you had talked about chicken. It was after that big win. And again, we've been at the show since 2017. So this is 2018, right after that. You mentioned to me, and it still stuck with me, you take the chicken breast to 200 degrees. Actually, I think you said 210. It was...
the thigh's 210.
Okay, thigh's 210. The breast is probably sitting at 190-ish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
195.
Which, if anyone's been on a cooking and maybe the chicken got away from you and you probe that thing and it's sitting that hot, you're pissed off at yourself because you think you let shit go. But that's what you were doing with your chicken at the time. You probably still are. I don't know. You haven't cooked competition-wise, but would you still take that same approach if you were going to go cook a contest next week?
Yes. I haven't changed the recipe.
I have a picture of that award. So that was Montgomery County. Now, Turn and Burn, for those that don't know, that are maybe new to Texas barbecue, Turn and Burn was the premier. There's Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, obviously, right? There's San Antonio Rodeo, but one of the premier events, now we have Uvalde, Chupacabra. We got some really big premier events, but at the time, Turn and Burn was the premier standalone. It wasn't part of the rodeo, wasn't part of San Antonio, wasn't part of Houston, but Turn and Burn was the big bad Billy Badass of Texas cook-offs, where it attracted all these teams from all over the state and some from out of state, and they generally had 160 plus teams of the best in Texas. And you walked away with first place chicken in 2018, and that was, like I talked about, that's when you came on the show right after that, and you were talking about how you cooked that thing. Talk about that win, man. And what did you think going into that? And were you surprised? Were you, I don't know, talk about that day.
I was surprised because that was a high profile event. And just to go cook it for me was good. You go cook it and the regular gang is there. And I went in with the same recipe I've always been using. And it did get hot. it did get hot. And Julio was looking at it, and he's going off in Spanish. You burned it. What the fuck? This and that. You want one of my chickens? Like, no, I'm good. I got this. It just, let it set. And I temped it, and that thermometer was like, it pegged. And okay, well, let's just send it in, see what happens. I think the number one advantage I have is the flavor profile. Because it's not how it looks. Like Kevin Miller says it the best. Does it look like barbecue, smell like barbecue, taste like barbecue? Mine smelled a little burned, but I guess that gave him that backyard feeling. But the flavor profile is the most important thing on that bird, and that's what I've been maintaining on all my chickens. Even when I cook chicken at home, I still bring it that hot, and I don't inject it, but at home I'm still doing 210 in the thigh. I pan it. And I glaze it when it's done. So nothing's changed.
So what do you think the difference is? So when cookers are going to right at 160, I've known some very successful ones that take it to 155 and they say it'll carry over to that 160 quote unquote safe temperature, but you're going well above that. The texture is way different, right? I mean, have you had one of those that were right at 160 and their temp? Can you talk about the texture of those versus what you're kind of seeing with what you're doing with the 190 breast temperature?
I never pulled it at 160 because my thing is this: those judges open it up, they see that pink, and they go, it's undercooked, and they panic. Bringing it to 200, and with the injection in the brine, it turns everything nice and white inside. The trick is afterwards, I steam my chickens afterwards. After I pull them out, put them in the Cambro and apple juice and butter, like KCBS style, and let them steam for a little bit. And they sit right in the apple juice and butter. It'll soak up what it needs.
So if you're thinking like a judge calls a judge is looking and they call a table monitor over there and the table monitor looks and says, no, that's a smoked chicken. That's good. And you're thinking in their head, they're still like, maybe thinking a little bit about it.
Exactly. That's exactly what I fear. That they see that pink, even though they're reassured that's a smoke or whatever. I don't want them worrying about salmonella or being undercooked. So that's why I always sent it over.
All right. Well, I have a picture of that that first place bird at Turn and Burn, and you kind of mentioned it doesn't have to look pretty. To me, that actually looks pretty though.
Oh, that's ugly.
That's a good looking. That to me, that's appealing. That what I mean by it looks pretty. That's something I actually want to take a bite of and taste that because I like me personally. I like the burnt charred look of that, and it looks like it's not overly sauced. You can see the sauce is there, but it looks like you cooked it into it. Talk about that. That is the Turn and Burn bird, right?
That's Turn and Bird, and that sauce.
Turn and Bird.
Turd and Bird. That sauce cooked in for about 10 minutes in the vault on the bottom rack in the pitmaker vault.
How hot was that vault at the time?
Oh shit! It was probably 275 because I forgot to pull the brisket off. So
Yeah.
the bottom rack of a vault, it's cooking, and I had it in a pan and I glazed it, and yeah. See, that's not ugly. That's fucking ugly right there.
It's fugly.
But that's the same chicken as Montgomery County. I forgot to send you the other photo. It's the same one.
Left looks great. Right looks like it was bullied.
For.
Yeah, wing cooked to 200 degrees. So let me take this down real quick. So when you're checking out and you're looking at people that post their chickens and you see these beautiful, pretty ones, maybe you're looking at mine. But what do you think what in your mind are you thinking when you look at that? Does it look good to you, or are you like, man, that's too perfect, or what are you thinking?
I like them when they look darker. The darker looking chickens look better.
What do you think of it? Go ahead, sorry.
in the beginning of the year, a lot of people had these orange-looking chickens, barely any color on them, and they were tucking them up, and they were all fat, and it looked like like a chicken patty. Didn't look like a backyard chicken.
Yeah.
And what I'm looking for is, you could tell when they're shot up too much because they're fat in the wrong spots, right? It's got to be even all the way across. And you got to see some char on it.
When you were injecting a chicken, did you have an amount you were injecting, or is it maybe when it spits back at you? What were you doing to inject? You mentioned brined and injecting, so you were doing both.
I was doing both, and what I mix. So I'll brine the bird, and then I'll take that same brine and mix my injection.
Okay.
Because you already have all that flavor in the brine. Why are you going to get injection and just mix it with plain water? Impose more of the flavor you're brining and back into the bird. And the brine always has the rub that whatever rub I'm putting on the bird is in the brine. You may also get it in the meat.
That's actually a really interesting take right there. So you're taking a little bit, instead of mixing it with water or chicken broth, you're using the brine that you were brine the bird with to make your injection. Yeah.
And then I guess I use, a liter. So one of the tall mixers will do one bird. Yeah. And, you got to take your time. You're doing multiple injections, not just one big squirt with the handle. Like you almost dracarn it with the needle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I use an 18 gauge needle and just shoot it up till it starts squirting. If it squirts too much, we're going out tomorrow night. I'll get another bird.
Oh, man. All right. Ugly Chicken wins. What's up, fellas? What's up, James? How you doing, Bubba? Yeah, so Kevin Wise, that's the way mine always look. A little dark. Maybe I'm saucing too heavy. I don't know.
Cut your sauce. I cut the sauce. I never put the straight sauce on it. I always cut it.
Another thing you can do is sauce it really lightly, and then when it sets, hit it again and let it set again. That'll also darken it up, and it won't make it too much. If you're, like I said, lightly, let it set, and it kind of bakes in, and it looks good right then and there. But you could hit it again. That'll darken up a little bit more if you wanted to do that. Matt Carr, I agree. Darker birds look better. She says that's KCBS style right there. What do you think of the jailbird? That kind of came back into play this year. Bill Purvis kind of brought that back into earlier in the year. I don't know. It's still a thing. Dennis Butterworth is still promoting that quite a bit right now. But what do you think of that look? And do you think that helps as a judge?
The racing stripes?
The racing stripes. The jailbird, the tiger stripes. Whatever you want to call them.
That Pollo Loco bullshit? I don't care for it.
Yeah.
It's not SCA. It's not a steak. Any barbecue joint you go to, they have no stripes on it. Right? Like our parents, when they cook chicken, did they have stripes on them? No. They were probably just all black. Like my dad, he would cook charcoal over charcoal. That's what he would cook.
My dads were pretty dark too. Skin, but there was no skin lead. It was cooked so much.
I don't care.
That shit was good too. It was good.
Yeah, it was good. All them carcinogens. Yeah. With that blue bottle, but for me, the stripes, they don't do nothing for me. It's not a marked bird, like some people say, especially when half the people are doing it. So,
unless you use Sharpie.
There was a restaurant owner in Houston, and he used to use a Sharpie on his steaks, and he got busted for it.
Are you serious?
I used to use the Fat Max on steaks.
Holy shit. Okay. Cliff Archer knows you very well. And he gets it. With your vast knowledge, why does the economy suck, Tony?
Oh, here we fucking go. This show's not long enough for that kind of crap.
No. Well, like I said, I'm like the bumper guy when you go bowling and you see those bumper rails. That's me. I'm the bumper rails. I still want to hit that hard, but kind of bring it back into the lane here. So we'll kind of still keep it here. But if you guys, Fat Max Steaks, I guess he knows. I don't know. Maybe he does.
Yeah,
you guys, again, ask some questions for Tony. We're going to be here a little bit. It is Whiskey Wednesday, but I have yet to do a sponsor spot. So let me take just a minute and get a little sponsor spot in here, and we'll come right back after this short little shout out here.
Yeah.
Shout out to our great sponsors, Rec Tech. Cosmos Q Products, Texas Pepper Jelly, Briscoe Ranch Cook-Off at the Crossroads, LC Barbecue, Rick's RV Rentals and Repairs, Eureka Heights Brew Company, Chicken Fried Barbecue Grind, J. Harding and Company, Texas Oil Dust, Bullprint Wraps and Graphics, and the Barbecue Store in Hempstead. Thank you for supporting the Smokin Gooder Show. All right, yes, thank you, sponsor, for supporting the Smokin Gooder Show. We do appreciate it. We cannot do this show without you. That is for darn sure. And I will highlight a few of these here a little later in the show. But now that we've established, Tony, I did want to talk about your barbecue props because you've had some very much success doing this thing. And I wanted everybody out there to realize what somebody said. Brian Fox, he's probably gone now because he's watching the other show, but he mentioned, why are y'all desperate for having Tony on? I'm like, hell no, I'm excited about this. And I said, Brian, if we get desperate, I'll call you, buddy. But anyway,
you have to have balance. Last week you had all these heavy hitters, so this week you bring on a nobody. It's all about balance.
There you go. I appreciate you calling me a heavy hitter. What? No, I know you didn't.
Oh, okay.
I know you didn't. All right, so I wanted to establish that Tony knows what the hell he's talking about when we talk about barbecue. He's done it. He's been there. He's done well in some of the larger events. He's actually hit first place chicken in one of the largest events in Texas. Like I mentioned, Turn and Burn. Back in the day, that was the Billy Badass contest that you wanted to win and do well in. So saying that, I kind of want to get your opinion on what you're seeing right now from an outsider. You're living in Atlanta. You're checking it. I know you're very active on social media.
Hot
Atlanta. So what is your thoughts right now on the Texas barbecue scene? There's been a lot of changes in the last 8, 10 months, 12 months. And we're going to get unfiltered Tony, guys. If you have questions for Tony, drop them in the comments. We'd love to highlight and ask him. Did I miss any questions? Let me go over this real quick before I start talking.
Let's go, guys. Yeah.
Are you getting cold? Is it cold in the basement, Tony?
No, I'm just going to have a drink just to clear my mind.
All right, go ahead. Take a minute to clear your mind.
So what I've seen, being on this side of the world, what a fucking laughing stock Texas barbecue has become. What a joke. I've never seen a bunch of whiners, complainers, and wannabe victims in the barbecue world. Seriously. But
unfiltered Tony, let's hear it. Let's go.
But from the ashes, new things rise like a phoenix. And now you have a very good association, the CBA, and they're doing great. And everybody likes them, and they're working hard, and they've had very little hiccups. And their system works. I haven't cooked one. I'd like to. But, the other sanctioning body, IBCA, they just need to get their shit together and get rid of the drama. And then what's this new outlaw?
A new association started. They've had 2 events. They started, I think, 3 weeks ago was their first event.
And then they canceled one. What are they, a biker gang? I knew outlaw bikers.
They're not a biker gang. They're a barbecue association. They, I think a lot of the Region 1, if you remember the old regions in IBCA, well, they're not old regions, the regions in IBCA. Yeah. Region 1 was the northern Dallas area, I believe. I don't really fully know the regions, but probably should if I'm hosting a show about Texas barbecue. But I know it was I know it was north. But yeah, a lot of those guys broke away and started their own organization. So you mentioned it's kind of a laughing stock, to use your words. Why do you say that?
It is because all the KCBS cooks, they think Texas doesn't know how to cook barbecue because we don't do pork, right? And Texas does do good barbecue. The competitions are good, but then you got all this drama, and I know KCBS has some drama. If you're on the KCBS groups, you see the same BS,
right?
But there's still only one sanctioning body, KCBS. Texas broke into 3 now. Because everybody's like, oh, I'm going to take my toys and go home. Well, I don't know why couldn't we just work together and work things out? Everybody's grown up. It's not 15-year-olds running the sanctioning body, right?
Right.
I think people just should have worked harder at it and tried harder and try to keep IBCA a good thing. And I know there's a lot of struggles. There's a lot of internal stuff. There's a lot of people on the outside fucking around with IBCA. And it was just sad to see that happen. It was just sad. But I'm also happy that, CBA formed and they're doing a good thing and they're going to go very far.
Well, we'll see. I believe that wholeheartedly. I'm part of the CBA board. I didn't ask you. Did I ask you anything prior? I didn't know what your comments were going to be. Did I ask you anything about it?
No, you just asked me if I was circumcised. That's it.
So I had no idea what Tony's going to say, and so I do keep this show fair and impartial. I try to recognize every organization, and I didn't know what you were going to say, but I appreciate you saying that. But that said, you mentioned why couldn't we work together and whatnot. I kind of agree with you on some aspects of that, but there was a lot of things that might have happened that maybe that ship had sailed, that we're at that point it wasn't able to work together as far as the CBA versus IBCA is concerned. But
and it's too bad. Like a lot of people, the people that were on the board that left and people that are still on the board, they work very hard for free.
Yes, volunteers.
And being on that board, that's not 4 or 5 hours a week. It's almost a full-time job.
Absolutely.
And most of the guys on the board worked a full-time job aside from being on IBCA. So I thought. I was sad when I saw that. When I saw the guys leave and then they broke off and all that shit went down online and the Facebook page changed and it was just okay, new world.
So, what do you think of? You've cooked. The old school that we were talking about prior was the 1 through 10 system. Top brisket could trump anything. How do you feel about it's kind of evolved now? Texas Bar, even IBCA has changed now. They're running an accumulative scoring system. I think that's good for Texas barbecue. What are your thoughts on that kind of thing?
I like it. I think it's good. I like it better than Texas than the brisket trumping everything else because it doesn't.
You could literally walk 3 times in a turn and burn contest. And it happened. First place brisket won one year. Probably beat a team that walked twice. In the old school, you could have got DQ'd twice, hit first place brisket, and won the damn thing. Definitely not going to happen.
That doesn't prove that you're the best cook. You were just the best in brisket.
And had a lot of luck on your side because we all know you got to have a good product and also have some luck on your side because everybody cooks pretty damn good food nowadays.
Yeah, because why? Because everybody shows their fucking pictures online. That's why. Everybody shows their boxes.
You say a good point.
Videos.
When I was getting started, when I started in 2012, there was no people posting. Maybe there were, but if there were, it wasn't very good, right? And there was no classes, none of these YouTube videos that showed how to do a competition brisket. Now you could literally start, and I tell people, how do you get started in this? Check out YouTube, man. Friend some people on Facebook. They're going to show you the end product. Now, they're not going to tell you how to get there, but you can work that way. If I had a picture of an end product and I knew what my end product looked like, I would know, hey, I'm not in the same ballpark right now. Let's figure some other stuff out. So there are ways. Now, there's a fast track to get to where you want to get to. But, yeah, you raise a good point. But, yeah.
The other fast track would be this. Go judge. Go judge the cooks. See what's walking. See what's turning in. Right? See what is the best middle of the road barbecue. That's what you want.
We have a YouTuber, Tony, and I'm only asking you because I'm fascinated by you and you know everything about anything. What the hell does that say?
Is it the Russians? It's the Russians. One rent, I don't know.
You're bringing the Russian. Here's an ask me anything about anything. Do you guys think we're losing our live fire cooks to new technology?
No. What define new technology? What, a guru, a pellet cooker?
Probably talking about pellet cookers, yeah.
A sous vide to keep my sauces warm? An iPad to keep my notes? What new technology? You still have the 3 basic things: smoke, fire, and containment, right? That's cooking. Who cares what it comes from?
you
right?
are seeing some drums are live fire, right, but you are seeing some guys that cooking right now. I wonder if there are. I'm sure there are. I'd like to see the percentages of cookers that have never cooked on a stick burner that are doing well right now.
Yeah, who's that?
I don't.
Busca? Butcher
No,
Barbecue. He cooks on pellets, and he does very well.
I understand that. I'm sure he's learned on a stick burner, but I'm wondering teams that are coming in that had never had a stick burner or learned on a stick burner. We're getting into another subject, but that was one of the questions up there. And I got another one. Can you come cook chicken at Danny Deeds for Team Matt Carr?
$20.
20.
I'll do it for $20.
$20 is $20. Have you cooked all three meats on a vault in competition? And how do you go about your time? And how do you go about your timeline?
And the vault, I know because Brian only has one vault. Cook the brisket the night before. Like when I first started competing, I only had the vault on the trailer. I had one vault, so I would put the brisket on Friday night at midnight, pull it off 5 in the morning, put the chickens on top, and put the ribs underneath. And that was good. That's doable. You just got to watch your times.
Are you worried about? Were you panning the chicken so it wouldn't drip on the ribs?
Yes, the chickens cooked. I had the chickens on the second
sheet?
rack. Yeah, on a cookie sheet, second rack. I had a pan, and then I had the ribs on the bottom, and then another pan to catch rib juice. But the brisket was already off and resting. The longer the rest, the better. And I would put a probe in the brisket, and as long as it stayed above 155, it was good to go.
Well,
so yeah, it's doable.
If you guys listened to the round table of brisket last week, you would have heard no rest is what 2 of the top brisket cookers in the state are doing right now. No rest.
Yeah, when you're cooking a fucking flat this big and you can pick it up with a set of tongs, sure. What are you resting? 8 ounces. 9 slices.
And they're doing wags too, so that's got, that helps that process, that type of process.
Yeah, well, Wagyu, you cook it fast, hot and fast, has all the extra fat, so you could push it over. You're fine. You don't need to rest it. I personally I think the more rest, the better. You're putting it back on the pit to set your sauce anyways, and you're bringing it back slowly, so yeah, that's fine. I prefer resting it. That way you can watch the brisket, see how it does. I pan my briskets. I don't wrap them. They go in a pan, and I watch them in the camera, and I baste it and let it sit.
All right. Am I missing anything from you? Do you want to talk about anything that I maybe have not mentioned besides your Aquaman suit and your Green Goblin gloves and your living in your mama's basement?
Hey, it's all one piece. This it's a onesie, man.
James Torres says hello. What's up, James? How you doing? Yeah, Madwood was talking about pellet smokers. Jen Lee, Matt Carr, he hopes he comes back to help. He was invaluable. Runs a big-ass forklift like a boss.
Oh, that was Dietz.
Yeah,
that was a good cook.
That was Dietz. No, I hated to miss this year, and hopefully I can make next year. That was at the same time of... Sorry, my dogs are barking. That was at the same time that we had the another event that my wife was the head event rep. So... that was then. So I definitely want to get back to the Danny Dietz Memorial Classic. Somebody asked me the other day, what's your can't miss event? And that was the one that popped in my head. And the reason why it may be surprising to some is that is also my nemesis. I've yet to walk there, and I've cooked it probably 5 years, and I have yet to walk at that event, but I still love it. I love everything it stands for. I love the event itself. I love the people behind it, and I hope to get back to it this year. So I know you were a big part of it this year. I didn't get to go this year, but how did the event go overall for 2021?
It was, so this year was the first year they did the event separate from the rodeo. And this year was the first, they made the most money ever this year.
Nice. On the barbecue side or overall?
On the barbecue side.
Okay, cool.
I forget what the numbers were, but apparently every year they barely made anything. And this year, thanks to all the donors and and Vince and Jen and Johnny and Patty, and we all chipped in, and Joey Smith helped, and it was the most successful year. I think they raised over 20 grand for Danny Dietz.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
But Clay Gainey, he brought in all the generators and stuff with Sunbelt. They were huge. That really helped, and of course all the cookers showed up. Oh, yeah, there's Jen, 42. Yeah, see, minus $20, but yeah.
Minus $20. James Cal, he was happy with my brisket walk at Danny Dietz. Wish it would have come back to Fort Bend. There you go. James got a call there. People have had success there. It's just not me. That's like my kryptonite. But that's cool. I'll keep coming back, and I'll keep throwing at it. We'll see what happens there. Will your work ever bring you back to Houston in the future?
I don't know. We got a show running in Houston now. That comes out in March. And then, so where am I at this week? Okay, so Tuesday I'm in Miami. And then I go to Mexico. And then back to Atlanta to do a show. And then Arlington. So I don't know. Like every week it changes.
You gonna make some money on the corner in Mexico?
Yeah. We're gonna see what happens. I gotta go to Guadalajara and Monterrey, which isn't my most favorite cities, but
I hear they love them some Aquaman in Mexico.
Man, I'm gonna pack this on the plane and see what the customs guys say. That's what I'm gonna do.
What's up, Chris Main? Merry Christmas. Yes, thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you and your family and all that. And again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this show. We're at 51 minutes. We'll go about an hour tonight after 3 hours last week. That was
we don't need that.
We're definitely not going to do that. Jackie Milligan asks, how's the barbecue scene over in Atlanta? Let's talk about that.
Terrible. Oh, my God. First of all, the Georgia Barbecue Association, the average entry fee is $300, and they only serve they turn in 3 porks, loin, pulled, and ribs. And it's garbage. Then I ate some of these barbecue restaurants. They put so much fucking sauce on them, you could drown a kitten in those ribs, for crying out loud. It was disgusting. It's disgusting. I'm sorry.
Drown a kitten in the ribs.
Oh, yeah.
$300?
The average.
On average?
I was looking at the GBQQA, Georgia Barbecue Association, and I'm looking at these, the events. They don't have much because it's a lot of KCBS here. But the ones they did was $300, $375.
So you said loin. Is it just cook a straight loin and slice it in medallions or what?
Yeah, straight loin, slice it in medallions. And so they were slicing medallions and just leaving a piece on the back end.
Yeah.
And then they were doing the pulled. Then I saw some, mixed boxes. I saw all money muscles. I saw all pulled in chunks. And then they were doing ribs. Thin sauce. I was like, it was garbage. Really.
Well, again, shout out to my boy Barry Laminack with the Barry on Deck. Ask me anything about anything. Hashtag AMAAA. Here's your last chance, guys. Ask Tony anything about anything.
Anything about anything. Open book with pop-ups.
Open book. Tony, do you prefer the Alabama white sauce?
I've never tried it. Oh, I prefer it. Well, only on Saturdays, Brian. Yeah, only on Saturdays at the club.
I don't know if you're able to answer that question. Do you think Dietz will ever come back to Fort Bend Fairgrounds? I've been hearing that it's staying at the Renfest. It's
staying at Renfest. The Renfest, they treated us very good there. The fairgrounds were great, and come on, look at the judging tent and that Italian orgy statue they had out front. It's staying there.
Have you judged any of those Georgia Barbecue Association? Jackie wants to know, how's the flavor profile?
I've only done the restaurants, and they taste like boiled ribs. Everything tastes boiled. Mind you, there was one good restaurant. I think it was Fox Brothers. But it was Texas-based, and it was good. Everything was cooked on an oiler. I had a 4-meat plate with 2 beers. It was $80. I was like, holy shit. Like, I was looking underneath the table. The waitress was like, what's wrong? I said, where's the blowjob that comes with this fucking $80? It was crazy.
Wizard runs strong in Georgia. Vince Colonetta. He has a great product. I love me some Texas Wizard glaze. I've said it from the rooftops. It's a great product. Vince, you're doing a great job with that product.
That's all I use.
It is a phenomenal product in Texas barbecue right now, and he says it's running strong in Georgia. It's probably running strong everywhere, but I know it's doing well here in Texas. That's for darn sure. Yeah, Rob Bailey, he's needing some more of that mama sauce. That's suga. So
yeah, when I get up and running, I'll get it. It'll get going.
I think I said it wrong again.
Nah, you said it wrong. Because you said suga like suck. It's sugo.
Sugo, there you go.
Suga mugats. That means suck. You don't mix it up.
Can we see another intro again that you did earlier?
Another one? You didn't record it?
It is recorded.
Oh, then you got to do that, or else it's
right,
20. You got to cash at me $20.
Merry Christmas, freak. Hope to see your fugly chicken soon. Yeah, let's get back on the circuit when you come back. You know, hey, that boy, golly, is drawing a blank right now. Roland Grill, Eric Thomas. He made the trip from Georgia over to. You need to hook up with that guy. He's a super good, super nice guy.
Yeah, Eric, that's right.
Yeah.
I was thinking of going down to Baltimore and messing around with Chris Main a little bit.
I may regret telling you this.
You're going to regret it.
But I'll be in Georgia in March. I'm once again going to be instructing at the Rec Tech Academy. You're welcome to come and hang out with us, Tom.
Oh, you know what? They're only 2 hours from me.
We'll be in Evans, Georgia. It's March the 10th and 11th. I will be down there along with Phil Breeden and Roddy Trevino. You're welcome to.
I should.
Just don't embarrass us, man.
I'll just bring a Cook Shack smoker. That's all. I'll bring a Fast Eddie.
You ain't got to cook. You just got to come in and hang out and.
No, but I'll bring a real pellet smoker. I'll bring my Fast Eddie.
Oh God, never mind. I already regret telling you that.
It's mounted to my pitmaker trailer. I'll just pull in and hey Joe, what's up? Just put
I already regret. Yeah, damn it.
Is Carlos gonna be there?
Carlo will not be there that weekend.
Oh, then I'm coming.
Okay. All right. We have a good time.
Loaning out his trailer anyways or whatever.
We have a good time. I think you'll enjoy it. It's a good time out there at the Rec Tech Academy. We'll be out there March 11th, 10th and 11th of 2022. I'll once again be Can you believe I instruct barbecue to people?
No. How?
I was just number 4 in the state of CBA, bro. Can you believe that?
Yes. Well, okay. So you're number 4, but you were cooking a lot.
But they only take your top 10, so I did well. Hey, you know what? When people do that and they go chase points, they all cook a lot. And they get lucky 10 out of the time, and they score well.
And then you get in the groove and you see what the other guys are doing because, on Friday nights you start fucking shigging. Tell me you don't shig. You shig. Everybody shig.
I tell everybody, shut up and listen, right? You can shut up and listen. You're going to pick up stuff. People picked up stuff right now with you. That's the deal. You shut up and listen, and you're going to learn something. You're going to change. You're going to learn something that will help your process.
You get them drunk. Like, you get a few drinks into Lee Hickle, and you're going to learn some stuff.
There you go. And so that's
you're walking in front of them.
I tell everybody, and y'all heard it on the show. People that have watched this show, they know it. I've said it. Shut up and listen. You're going to learn something. If you watch this show, if you watched last week's show for sure, and then this week's show, Tony, you spit out some information that people may not have been doing, that they're going to take that and maybe apply it to what they've been doing, and that one little tidbit, that one little bit of information is going to change maybe from a 15th place chicken to maybe a top 5 or first place chicken. You never know. And that's what happened. And yes, cooking every week, and I said it also on the show, has definitely helped my game. That has definitely helped my game. Associating with the top cookers that I talk to all the time has definitely helped my game.
You call it associating, I call it shigging. It's the same thing.
There you go.
But you're right. You gotta cook a lot.
Yep.
You hang out with the same people are cooking the same events, right?
Right. Shigging with the best.
You're going to get into the groove. You're going to see, all right, these guys all got the same rubs. And you go look in their trash, okay, see what wood they're using, see what pits they're cooking on. You can look around. Number one thing, take notes. Write your shit down.
Absolutely. Listen,
Write your schedule. And then
he's posting it right now, but I wouldn't have said it if he didn't say it. But yeah, we had I'm not saying I took any credit. All I did was show him my trimming process. And that same weekend in San Antonio Rodeo, that boy hit first place pork, which is awesome. I'm very proud of him. Los from Smokin Los Barbecue. So, so yeah, I'm glad you're surprised. I'm surprised that I'm teaching. I said it the other day, I was like, I can't believe I'm teaching. And they asked me back. So that's good.
I think Brian Fox said it's fucking desperate, man. Jesus.
Fucking desperate, bro.
For the money they're paying, yeah, no, you're not getting paid.
I don't know about all that, but
well, I'm showing up for sure with a bill.
You're not getting paid. I'll tell you that much.
I'm sending an invoice.
Let's get one more sponsor shout out before we get out of here real quick.
All right, pay.
Shout out to our great sponsors, Rec Tech, Cosmos Q Products, Texas Pepper Jelly, Briscoe Ranch Cook-Off at the Crossroads, LC Barbecue, Rick's RV Rentals and Repairs, Eureka Heights Brew Company, Chicken Fried Barbecue Grind, Jay Harding and Company, Texas Oil Dust, Bullprint Wraps and Graphics, and the Barbecue Store in Hempstead. Thank you for supporting the Stove Smokin Gooder Show. Absolutely, and that first sponsor spotlight was Rec Tech Grills. Thank you so much. They're not even Rec Tech Grills anymore. They're just called Rec Tech. It's a hashtag Rec Tech lifestyle. Appreciate you guys so much for supporting Bullhorn. They were really one of the first ones that jumped in and supported us back when we were known as a tailgate group, which we haven't tailgated this year, but
bullshit.
I haven't tailgated this year, but they got to get better, bro.
I was your first sponsor.
Oh,
me.
Let's talk about this. What are you talking about?
The first show you did live was at the Pitmaker Bar.
That wasn't the first show we did live. We did many live
outside your house.
Outside the Bullprinting Wraps and Graphics studio.
Okay, with that stupid monkey, yeah.
It's Bobbert, bro. He's not a stupid. He's 15 years old and he demands respect.
He's angry. He's an angry monkey.
He is an angry monkey.
He's an angry monkey. I was your first sponsor because I'm the one, when you were setting up, I brought you lights, I brought you extension cords, and I gave you $100 on Cash App. I said, get your shit together because you got a good thing going.
This is true. Thank you, Tony. I need to throw your Tony Tenace seal of approval on that sponsor package that I just posted.
Oh, you should. Yeah, do that.
Maybe
that'll work.
Well, I got to do that back in July because our sponsor packages run from July 1st to July 1st to June 30th. So, hey, June will be here soon enough. You guys want to join in and be a sponsor of the show? I'd love to have you. You can reach out to Rob at bullhornbbq.com, and we'll definitely get you a part of the show. That's for darn sure. But the ones that are sticking with us and staying with us, we appreciate you very much. And Rec Tech, besides Tony, was one of the first ones to jump in and you're getting some props, bro. But yeah, you guys, I love you guys. Thank you very much. If you guys aren't following Rec Tech on Facebook, you can check out some really cool recipes. They go live on Fridays and they do a fun Friday interactive show with the people that are watching, and they highlight a bunch of cool recipes, not so much like just brisket and ribs and all that, but all kinds of different things you can learn.
No, Jody's doing a good thing.
Yes, absolutely, Jody and Greg and John and Ray and all the people over there. Tony is sucking. Tony's solid fucking gold. He is.
What was that symbol? It looked like a fortune cookie at the end. What was that?
What was that? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Yeah, being under the wing of winners helps. Am I under the wing of winners? Maybe so. All right, cool. Well, since you're here, and I'm going to do this real quick. Normally we do the Briscoe Ranch cook-off at the Crossroads upcoming events segment, but this week is Christmas. Next week is New Year's. There are no events coming up. So that's a big nunya business. There's no cook-offs coming up here this week or next week. But you guys, there is if you guys want to get into a big cook-off, coming up here in about 3 weeks. Where are we at? Right here.
I can't go.
You can't go. January 14th and 15th, Champions of Barbecue cook-off and banquet, $20,000 payout. Right then and there should get you guys heading over to Eagle Pass, Texas. If you guys want to get registered, you can check out cbabbq.com or contact Sarah Starr or Jonathan Maurer. The city of Eagle Pass is really rolling out the red carpet for Champions Barbecue Alliance members and non-members. If you want to come out there and
carpet's 4 feet long.
It is a member cook-off, I believe. Maybe
members only.
Maybe I'm wrong, but for I'm only
doing cook-offs that make us leave on Sundays. Forget it.
Only that you like the ones that make you leave on Sundays?
Yeah, If you're allowed to leave Saturday night, I'm not doing it. I want the ones that you can't leave till Sunday.
I'll highlight that one in a minute. And again, that's January 14th, 15th, 2022 Champions of Barbecue, $20K payout. There's a cook-off during the day on Saturday. There's a banquet on Saturday evening. Somebody that you know, Jackie Milligan's in the comments. She's going to be recognized. Paul Whitaker, Carissa Smith, Robert Smith, Stacy Brenneman, yours truly, EJ DeLeon. It's going to be a good time. Travis Duffy in the house, the world champion of the American Royal 2021. Thank you, Travis, for checking us out. You're just catching in the wrong one, and you would have loved this show, Travis. Make sure you go back and watch it because Tony Tenace is solid fucking gold.
Captain Potato right there.
Captain Potato. Let me pull this banner off the screen real quick. But guys, check that one out if you really want to do that. All right, we have one cook-off in the Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics wrap-up recap. CBA event, Noche de Paz in San Juan, Texas. 33 teams showed up. Chuck Salinas was the RGC, and our boy EJ DeLeon was the grand champion of that event. So that's our order of business right there. Your boy Salty's in the comments. I love that guy. I really do.
Oh, there's the Saltomatic right there.
Travis knows you. He said, tell Tony you got to be at the Royal next year.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
He won it this year, the Open. That's the grand champion right there. He's got a solid TikTok. If you're on TikTok, real quick, let me thank you guys. If you're tuning in right now on Facebook, thank you very much. Right now, we're about to close the show. Tony almost hit 50,000 people, and the people on YouTube, I don't even know the number. So I'm going to say you were at 60,000 people today.
60,000. Maybe 60,000 bites.
That's amazing. Thank you. Pitmaker in the house, Pedro Hernandez. I remember Pedro. What's up, Bubba? He's checking us out on YouTube. Appreciate that. Barbecue versus battle? What does that mean?
I don't know. Who's Pedro?
He was with... Really? He was with... Oh, are you? Is that a joke?
I don't know. I got to see his face.
He was with Pitmaker. He had that mustache.
Raleigh Fingers. Yeah, I know him.
Raleigh Fingers.
He's like that from the Oakland A's. Remember Raleigh Fingers?
I remember Raleigh Fingers. You're dating yourself, bro.
I've been lately. It's freaking lonely here. I've been dating myself a lot.
I bet you have.
Pamela Henderson right there. Look, we're going to get...
That's a superhero makeout
I'm going to get $20 in this hand and put it in this hand, and that's it. It's a date.
You're dating the Green Goblin and Aquaman at the same time right there.
Yeah, I'm telling you. It's going to get freaky tonight. We're going to do the whole Marvel Universe tonight, goddammit.
All right, guys. Again, thank you if you're checking us out on Facebook. We appreciate it very much. Let me apologize again to my sponsors for this show. But thank you, sponsors, for doing that. If you're checking us out on YouTube, thank you. We're going to become YouTube famous. When I say famous, we're at 200 and something subscribers. I have a goal. I want to get to 500 by the end of next year. I know that's probably not a great goal, but that's the goal.
You should make a rub.
I have a rub.
All right, sell the rub, and then make a rub, and then you'll get like followers and stuff.
Somebody has to know what's going on with the headphones. I don't know what that means.
Because it's all like, look. So I moved to Atlanta, right? Took me a month and a half to find this house. I still haven't unpacked because this house is fucked up.
Okay.
So the only thing I could find, because you asked me to get headphones, are these.
Hey, it works. I think you sound great. You don't look great. You just sound great.
I look like shit.
Part of the year season. Maybe. We'll see. So anyway, again, thanks guys on Facebook, YouTube. If you check us out on podcast later, we're on Spotify. You can check us out there. And that's it, guys. Thank you very much for tuning into the show. Happy holidays. I did want to do this whole, what are you cooking over the holidays? But maybe we'll do that next week if we have a show. I haven't decided if we're going to. Tony, you might have closed out 2021. I don't know yet. But it depends. I might have
ruined 2021.
The guy that I'm reaching out to, he's, again, it's not going to be barbecue centered. It's going to be, he's a world famous TikTok guy.
Jesus Christ. You going to put Dennis on the show?
It's not Dennis. It's not Dennis. Dennis is not world famous yet, although DJ Butter is getting there. But anyway.
He doesn't have a world headquarters. That's what it is. You have to have a world headquarters in the basement. That's what you got to do.
All right, guys. We're going to wrap this show up. Thank you very much. Sincerely, I appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. If we do go live, you will definitely know about it. I'll put it on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel if you want to check this out. So, but this might have been the last show of the year. Happy holidays if it is. Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Be safe. Have fun. Enjoy your new year, and we'll see you in maybe next week, if not 2022. Tony, you want to thank anybody before we close out this show?
I want to thank my dad for violating my mother, or else I wouldn't be here right now. But other than that, I'm good.
All right, guys. Merry Christmas, everybody. And we'll hopefully see you next week. But again, if not, then we'll have that chicken round table at the first of the year.
All right.
And again, we came up with that idea first. That's going to wrap it up, guys. Y'all have a good night. Tony, don't go anywhere. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Wave, Tony.
Merry Christmas.
Say bye. All right.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Love it. Have a good night. Late.
Bye, Felicia.